How's it going, folks? This is Wayne, back with another technique lesson, and today I'm going to talk about, two simple strumming patterns that are used, quite a lot on a lot of my songs that are put out, like the regular thing. It's still one of the most frequent questions I get asked, is about strumming and rhythm. And I've done loads of lessons about strumming in the past. These two strumming patterns I'm going to show you today, the sort of standalone lessons on these. But I still get asked a lot, so I thought I'd do, another lesson just talking about what I think is pretty straightforward sort of strumming patterns. The thing is with strumming, I think people sort of, try and learn songs, obviously chords and the chord changes, and obviously they're trying to do the strumming pattern as well. And as a beginner, I think that can get a little bit sort of overwhelming. It's like spinning plates. So what I always say is, take these strumming patterns, just maybe practice it on one chord, maybe just do one simple chord change. And away from a song, I think it's great to sort of, practice strumming patterns. So as I say, I'm going to show you two patterns today that are regular, on a lot of videos that I do. So there we go. Thanks for your continued support. Thanks everyone who's subscribed and continues to do so. Now, if you haven't done already and you want to keep up to date with all the videos that are put out, please hit that little notification bell. You'll find that just underneath the video there. The Patreon page, I'll put a link to that in the comments, also a link in the description. And the way that works is click on the link, sign up for as little as a couple of quid a month or however much you guys want to pledge. It's all very much appreciated, I can promise you. It all generally goes back into the lessons. But what it does, it gives you guys access to all the chords, lyrics and strumming patterns to the songs that I do. Pretty much everything I've done over the past just over 4.5 years now, as well as some bonus stuff. There's some exclusive videos up there. There's videos from the archive. There's some stuff to coincide with some of the technique lessons that I do as well. I think there's some strumming patterns up there. So what you're waiting for, link in the comments, link in the description. If you don't want to do that and you'd like to show some appreciation in a different way over this side, I've got a super thanks link just underneath the video there. You can click on that, make a small donation, again, massively appreciated. And if you want to, please go over and give me a like on social media. So I'm Wayne Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now also TikTok, as I always say. I'm trying to get down with the kids. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so as I said in the intro, in this lesson I'm going to show you two sort of common strumming patterns that are used loads in a lot of my song lessons that are put out. So if you're a beginner, now what I always say is before we look at these patterns, and you are a beginner, it's good to get what we say, a good sort of solid straight pattern down. So these patterns that I'm doing fit around sort of a 4/4 timing. So if we take, one bar of music, that would be 4 beats. So that's like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I mean by a straight, good, solid pattern, what we're going to do, first of all, is just strum on the beats with just downstrokes. So we'd have a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now you don't want to get into counting all the time, but what you'll find after a bit, you'll sort of consciously count in your head without even thinking about it. If you're sort of counting out loud and you focus too much on counting, I think your strumming gets very mechanical and you can hear counting when you strum. But as I say, I'm just showing you an example around a bar of 4 beats, and we're getting a strumming pattern nice and solid that fits around the beats. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put an off beat in. So we're going to count it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the ands, that's where we're going to do an upstroke. So what we get now, still on an E minor chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so once you got that down, maybe practice that on a simple chord change, maybe an E minor to a G. So okay, so that's sort of your starting pattern. Now, pattern 1 that I'm going to show you, what we're doing in effect is we're going to drop that first upstroke. So what we're going to have is a down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now we're still going to strum up on that first sort of offbeat, but we're not going to strum the strings, because what we want to be doing is keeping that hand moving continuously, not sort of stopping and starting. So what we'd have on the first pattern is a down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And the way that works around the beats, we'd have a 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, if we do that on the E minor chord. Okay, so try that pattern on the chord change from an E minor to a G again. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so we haven't done a lot on that strumming pattern, but just by taking that first upstroke away, it gives, you know, the strumming a little bit of a swing. We can hear that. That first pattern again, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, now pattern number 2, a similar one to that, but this has got a little bit more of a swing to it, and it's a down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the way that that works around the beats, it would be a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So if you hear that on an E minor chord, down, down, up, down, up, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and again, I'm not stopping and starting with that arm. The secret is to keep that moving consistently, and all we're doing, we're just not strumming the strings on some of those beats. So again, we'd have a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So once you got that down again, maybe practice it on a few chord changes. So E minor to G, and we'll go to a D. So. Okay, now as a beginner, I appreciate that's not sort of straightforward to start off with. You know, strumming to most people is one of the most difficult things, but just sort of break patterns down like this, do them really slowly, try and work it around a bar of 4 beats, and I promise you, if you put the time into it, you'll soon be up and running. So there we go. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, and I hope that lesson has been useful to you. And if you're a regular to my channel and you look at a lot of the songs that I do, you know those patterns, those 2 patterns come up very frequently. So if you're just getting into strumming, it would be really useful to get those 2 patterns down. And as I said in the intro, you know, look at these patterns sort of stand alone, just over a couple of chords away from a song. I think when you're trying to learn a song and add the strumming pattern in as a beginner, it can get a bit too much. So just looking at these strumming patterns around a few simple chords like I did in the lesson, I think you're soon going to be away. And then when you go back to the song, when you're a bit more experienced, you find it a lot easier dropping these patterns in. So there we go. So as I said, I hope that video was useful to you. So there we go. Usual stuff. Thanks everyone who's subscribed. If you are subscribing and you haven't got around to it, please hit that little notification bell. My Patreon page, sorry to keep banging on about it, there's a link to that in the comments, also in the description. If you want to get access to all the chords, lyrics and strumming patterns, to my regular lessons, as well as bonus material. Over this side I've got the super thanks link if you'd like to click on that and make a small donation. Again, massively appreciated. And another way that you guys could help this channel out, this doesn't cost you a penny however, but it's very effective, and it's word of mouth. Now word of mouth is a very powerful thing, so if you dig what I do, please like and share my lessons, tell your friends, tell your work colleagues, anyone you know plays a guitar, please point them in my direction. I'd really appreciate that. And that just leads me to say, whatever time of day it is you're watching, maybe morning, day, night, thank you very much, and I'll catch you all for a lesson very soon. Take care.